All I truly care about at this time is, and for the foreseeable future at that, is to wake people up to the truth of reality and to inspire people to find a passion for something that is great, to find a passion for something that they can do on their own time. It's become ever so irresistible to me, the feeling of destiny for greatness, and how everybody can feel this way in their own life. Y'all better get out of this Western cult. We're in a cult, whether you see it or not. And those that do see it would see that the modern men and the simps that are just putting pedestals up there for women and pedestalizing women, and then you have the modern females that are becoming so empowered and independent, from which we still don't know exactly from what. Independent from the patriarchy? You mean all of the jobs now that you're able to receive and that you're able to attain? All of the degrees that you're able to get now? You all mark my words. In the next few years, there's going to be such an uprising in internal psychological alarms that the true righteous men and women will not be able to help but stand out, even if they're trying to stay undercover. It's almost like recently for me, even my silence out and about can be determined as something that is worth paying attention to from other people. I'm just trying to go about my business. I'm just trying to go about my day. And then when I'm having my normal day job, I'm just trying to do what I need to do and then focus on my other aspirations and dreams that I have on the side. There's a reason that there are 1%ers, right? There's a reason that there are people that are obviously making something of themselves and people that are not. There is quite a vast difference when it comes to these kinds of people and how they behave, how they carry themselves. It's that whenever you're the confident man or woman that is dressed well, that is carrying themselves with an elegance of some kind, and that has a true confidence that radiates outward, you're going to turn heads when you walk into a room. And for those of the men that are on semen retention, I'm sure after just a few weeks or maybe even less, you've experienced this phenomenon where it's like you walk into the room and you don't even understand what exactly people are looking at because you're just standing there. But it's that you just have this energy that is so universally in tune to our psychology and that is so lost in the modern day society that we live in that you automatically are going to be somebody that cannot be doubted and cannot be denied. It's that presence that you have. It's that will that you have to succeed. It's that discipline that you have. It's that structure to your life that is a everlasting foundation for what you are trying to accomplish and what you are trying to do. It's really interesting to me. I've almost gotten to the point to where I have no interest whatsoever in pursuing anything but my goals. And I don't exactly understand if it's like, it's not unhealthy, but it's almost like I have tunnel vision and I can see that, yeah, I'm going to have to be a little bit nuts to go do the things that I want to do and to do the things that I want to do to accomplish what I need to do, what I feel as though I'm here to do, what I'm destined for. You're going to have to be kind of crazy about it and have tunnel vision of some kind. And honestly, that's one of the other reasons why when I'm out in public, I don't like to talk too much unless I am networking of some kind. Like, I do not like talking for the sake of talking, and I don't get people that do like it. I don't get why you talk just to talk. Like at the gym this morning, there were these girls that came up on the treadmill next to me while I was running. And, you know, I'm already a couple miles in, and they just start walking and talking and playing on their phones and then showing each other pictures while they're walking. And, you know, that's all fine and dandy and such. But it's like, this is a gym. This is not the coffee shop. You can do what you want, and I'm going to focus on me no matter what. But obviously, if you're going to just come up next to me and start talking about stuff, like I'm obviously going to, and I don't have earphones in or anything like that, so I'm going to obviously hear about it of some sorts. But I was just amazed at how these women just were so engulfed into the digital civilization and the World Wide Web that they don't even realize where they are in the present moment. And it's the same thing with men. These men out here are, like I heard at the gym again as well, there are these guys talking about how many OnlyFans girls that they're watching at night, and they were almost bragging about it. And I just thought to myself, you disgusting, disgraceful, no taste whatsoever of a man. You have no refined taste whatsoever. You are openly bragging about how many women you pay to not give you the things that you could go out and do if you had the actual balls to do it. What? Like, where are we? Have you guys ever felt this way where you just don't even know? Like, am I here on Earth with you guys? Like, I'm here with you, right? Like, I'm supposed to be on Earth. God knows where I'm at, because when I look around, it's funny. I feel as though I'm the most human, and yet I'm also the most alien. And that's a weird feeling. So that's one of the reasons why I'm just focusing on myself and just focusing on what I want and need at this time. I need a woman or women around me that do not want to deal with me when it's convenient for them. And I need men around me that do not want to deal with me when they feel like they can get something out of my interactions with them. Like, these guys are bums, man. These are bums. This is supposed to be like, we're supposed to be so much better than this. And society is just completely dismissed our humanity and dehumanized us and demoralized us to the point to where we don't even know that we're dehumanized and demoralized. These are the roots of where we are at today in our society. We're demoralized and we don't even know it. And yet we're probably one of the most privileged as far as freedom goes, freedom of choice, because we really do as a nation, in America anyway. For those of you that are not in America watching this video, here in America, we have a lot of freedom of choice. Praise God. And yet, they don't understand that with freedom comes accountability and responsibility. And the lack thereof will only... It's like... How do you say it? It's like they choose to pick the thorns of the rose instead of to smell the rose. You can just smell the rose and then enjoy it. You don't have to pick at it and then make yourself bleed and then complain about how the thorns are picky. Who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think is going to get sympathy for? Why do you think the world owes you understanding? Why do you think the world is so graced by your presence? It's not. It's really the opposite, man. Like, I don't get where these guys are going, and I don't get where these women are going. I guess we can count ourselves blessed for knowing that we are going where we know we are going. And I guess that's another thing that makes you want to carve out your pathway to success even greater. When you know what you're doing and where you're going, but you just need to figure out how. That figuring out how just comes with taking action. But everything else, it can be hard to come up with a vision. And it can be hard to be surrounded by people that don't want to believe in you. That's one of the reasons why I tell people that I'm doing consultations with. If you need a season or two alone, do it. I've been on my own almost I would say almost for 2 or 3 years now. Probably even longer, because the people that I was surrounded by weren't even really there in the first place. And it took me years to realize that. And it took me years to heal from it. And to realize that these people were never really there for me in the first place. That's another thing I don't get about people now. This is kind of just turning into a bit of a rant. But at the same time, I think there's some messages here that could help people formulate their own understandings of what's happening. So I'll keep going. But it's like people only want to be around people if they can use them. Like, oh, I have a fundraiser for such and such that I need to do. Let me go talk to these people. And that's networking, of course, and it's good to have those kinds of intimate relationships and those kind of partnerships, but at some level, it's like they wouldn't even consider talking to those people unless they filled these criterias. And Aristotle has talked about this, the kinds of friendships people have. There's 3 different kinds of friendships, according to Aristotle. There's the friendship of utility. There is the friendship that is true, which is the highest form of friendship. And the friendship of utility is like meh. And then I can't remember the third name of the friendship, but it's like it's neither a utility based relationship, nor is it a true relationship. It's just somewhere in between, in the middle. And it's higher than the utility friendship, but it's not quite as high as the true friendship. A true friendship is all about loyalty. And it's all about understanding where the other person is coming from, and it's understanding that everybody involved in that relationship, usually just the two or three, generally speaking, in this instance, everybody involved wants to give. They show up to give. Because they've worked hard enough to get to the point to where they have inner resources and outer resources to give something of value. And that's what I'm striving for with these videos, is I'm striving to give something of value to the people for free. It's amazing. Because at the end of the day, money doesn't really matter. Of course, you need it to do certain things and to get certain things in this modern day. But when I'm dead, money doesn't matter. It's what matters is the message and the people that have listened to it and the people that have taken action following the message. I don't want people listening to the messages that I have and then just not taking action, because that wouldn't be what my message is about. And you guys wouldn't really know like who I am